Hello guys, it's me, Legomaster627's, and welcome back to Legomaster627's Creations. So finally, the Halloween event has arrived. This is the latest we have ever set up a Halloween party in this world, to be specific. Now, yeah, that's insane. So, look what time it is. It took, I want to say a good 11 hours to make this. I took multiple breaks in between, obviously. So, of course, we don't have burnout, obviously. We don't want that. Do not actually do that. That's really bad. I bring it up sometimes, but it is true. Do not burn yourself out. It's ugly. So, I took multiple breaks in between, obviously. Anyway, with that said, this party is very cool. Now, we're actually going to be taking all the cats today, since this is going to be a very special one, since this is obviously the first time we have all 5. Although, I don't know where the other 2 went, so we'll probably find them as the door goes on. So, automatically jumping right in, as you can see, this is how it looks. It looks so cool. First things first, Halloween 2023, October 23rd through November 6th, which means on November 6th, this will be cleaned up. And the world will go back to normal for basically 4 weeks until Christmas on December 4th. At least for the event. Actual Christmas, which, yes, lands on a Monday, that would be December 25th. But the event will start 3 weeks beforehand. But that's a good 6 weeks away. Anyway, with that said, this is super cool. Now, as you can see, and also, it also happens to be the shortest Halloween party out of all 5 of them that have now occurred. This is the 5th Halloween party in this world. And this is going to be the shortest one, if we don't count next year's too, which may be around this time too. Anyway, back to the point. So the water park entrance looks like this. It's nice when I always decorate it because it shows how much detail I put into this. Oh, you have no freaking clue how much detail I put into this party. Now, as you can see, it is a lot, more downsized compared to the previous year where all of the ground here used to be orange. Well, this year, as you can see, I have returned it back to just grass, as I previously stated. Also, the path is actually suspicious gravel instead of regular gravel. Just because I wanted to make it just look a little bit more creepy. By the way, prepare to see these bushes everywhere in this party. Because, ooh, are they everywhere? No, seriously, they are everywhere in this party. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if the redstone torches were there the year prior. Okay, they were. And by the way, this is proof just to show you that I wasn't kidding about a major downscale. You can tell I wasn't kidding. Also, look how early last year's began. That ain't the earliest. No, that was 2019. Makes me now want to go back and rewatch that. Actually, I may do all of them at this point. To celebrate the release of this one. Anyway, yeah, it looks pretty nuts out here. There's redstone torches everywhere, as you can see. I didn't know what to put in the middle here, so I put nothing. Because I literally couldn't think of anything. Anyway, that looks super cool. And with all that said, let's move on to the treehouse itself. And as you can see, we got some orange, purple, and green colors. Or orange, green, and purple colors alongside black. You'll notice that, well, there's not that much up here in terms of decoration. At least until you get here. Which is where our first item is. The Halloween 2023 hat. Which I literally made right before recording this video. This is how it looks. Looks very cool. But that's not going to be the only free item we get in this video. Nope! We still got 3 more to find. Not to mention, we also gotta go put on my Halloween costume, which is up in my room. But you may notice that there's not any jack-o'-lanterns around here this time. I know, it's a little different. And yes, this is actually a combination of all these colors. Speaking of which, just like those bushes that you see down there, prepare to see these colors everywhere in this party. They're freaking everywhere, man. Everywhere you'll see these colors. And see, you can already see them over there, proving my points. But yeah, it's kind of weird not to see any pumpkins around here. That is, until you go in here. Which, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just add some decorations. Oh, so that's where everybody is. I don't know where Winter and Peter went. But actually, yeah, let me add some pumpkins. Because it feels weird without them. I'm going to be quite honest. I didn't do this beforehand because I forgot. But, oh well. You know what? Doesn't have to look cool. Doesn't have to look perfect. Nothing is. To begin with. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I can live with that. Actually, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can live with that. There we go. As long as we put a few pumpkins around here, I'm good. Alright, let's move on to the actual room itself now. And you'll notice that the colors are here along the way. Which is very cool. Yep, and as you can see, going into my room, it is really decorated. And see, there's my Halloween costume. Let's collect the blaze rod, and we are going to replace that with my pickaxe. We're also going to go ahead and put on my Halloween costume. Okay, we may or may not need to put that back. There we go. We will put that back. And, of course, now we won't be able to fly with this costume on, but there we go. We're all suited up for this party. Nice. All right. Now that we're all suited up, we do not need to do that again until the party is over. By that I mean, I'll change out of this costume once the party is over. Anyway, as you can see, oh, so that's where everybody went. So Winter was up here, apparently. Where's Peter out of all of this? Maybe she's in the yard or something? I don't know. We'll find her eventually. And by the yard, I mean like all the way over there at the house. I don't know. We'll probably find her eventually. Anyway, this is how the room looks. It looks very cool and very awesome at the same time. With that said, let's move on. Actually, we can just straight up get out of here because now we are going to move on to the Planet World Pet Cemetery. Yeah, remember, prepare to see these everywhere, by the way. But yep, as you can see, we got some really cool decorations down here as well. And over here, yeah, this was a little unexpected, but if you go underwater, you can actually find yourself a lit up jack-o'-lantern on the floor while you swim, just to make it a lot more creepy and spooky, which is very cool. And you can see all the other colors you can see here as well. You can see there are multiple other colors here as well, showcasing that this party is full of color, which is awesome. Now, as for the actual, building itself, we have ourselves another lit up jack-o'-lantern, as we can see. And by the way, some of these stairs were actually done last minute, a few minutes beforehand, but anyway, it's very cool. Now, down here may all look lit up, but when you go upstairs, that's when things look a little bit darker in here. Even in here is updated, surprisingly. Oh wait, I did have to remove this from here because of that jack-o'-lantern. Or actually just that pumpkin. Yep, those are there again, alongside a ton of cobwebs on the ceiling, including this, which all look amazing. And also, yeah, we got the fence right there too. There's really not much else to say about this room, which is why we went through it rather quickly. The cruise ship is not updated, but I may get to that in the future. I tried decorating as much of the world as possible, by the way. So, rooms such as the cruise ship, the Big Brother area, and the beach, alongside the Legos Island Wilderness, are all not decorated. But, if you'd like me to decorate them by the next episode, feel free to let me know in the comments. Outside of that, I tried to make sure everywhere else is decorated for this party. That's why I'm filming this a bit later than usual, because I wanted to get in as many rooms as possible. Let's move on to the Action World series, to be specific. Actually, yeah, let me put that right over here. Actually, let's actually put this in my inventory. Oh, so that's Peter Sponic. Okay, so I don't know if it like dropped when I was decorating over at the yard, but we'll see. Regardless, this is how it looks. It looks so cool. Oh, actually, I didn't have time to get over there either, so I'll probably get to that in the future if you guys want. Again, comment down below if you want me to get to any of these other rooms. Yeah, I'll leave that one up to you. But as you can see, though, this is decorated with some pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, and it looks very cool. Now, as for the cabin, yep, you can see even more of these colors. But it only gets even better when we go inside. Because as you can see, on the inside of the cabin, at least the first side, we can see there are redstone torches, and the couch looks like this alongside a pumpkin. Now, these cobwebs are always here, though. These ones are not. These cobwebs right here, around this room, are always here all year long. The decorations include the bed, the table here, and the pumpkin, alongside the redstone torches, which are all very cool, as it shows that I actually put some time into this. Now that we're done with the cabin, I also should mention that there's a jack-o'-lantern on top to light it up, mainly because of the bright colors, although I guess you can also cut them as dark colors too. Okay. Now, this next one is where things actually get pretty creative. Going in here, as we can see, where are all the cats, by the way? Hope I didn't leave them anywhere. Hopefully I didn't leave them in my room up there. That would actually suck. Anyway, you may notice that this actually begins a little bit of a color pattern, which is very cool. Oh, so there's Whiskers. Okay, so I didn't leave any of these guys behind. Okay, so everybody's coming now. Maybe they just took a few minutes to appear. Yeah, maybe they just took a few minutes to appear. But yeah, everybody's here now. Or at least for the most part. Anyway, you may notice the following colors for this table as well. And, of course, the following colors for this runner as well, alongside all the cobwebs, redstone torches, and pumpkins all around the room. Going upstairs, on the other hand, assuming I can get out of this real quick. Thanks. We got some carved pumpkins right there. Some redstone torches. More pumpkins. Even more pumpkins out here. Good lord, man. What's with all the pumpkins? In here, we have this. I know, probably the creepiest bed yet. I know. It's crazy how that works. And then on the other side, it's basically the exact same thing, just with purple. That's literally the only difference. And back here is not updated, but it never is because it's too small to update unless I want to do some changes with the chairs or something. So we are going to get out of here now because that wraps up the entirety of the hotel. Going past the hotel, now we have another bush right here. And, actually, ironically, the first thing I did in this event, actually, was the campsite here. Yep, this was actually, yeah, fun fact, the first thing I made in this event. So, it's nice and kind of a coincidence that we finally make our way here after all this time. The first thing I made in this event, before ironically coming up with this color scheme right here, actually. The original color scheme was just going to be orange and black, just like the Halloween fair in ZL3, before I added in purple. But, I added in green because, well, I don't know, I felt like it was necessary. But this was before I thought of that color scheme right here. But that's that, though. It looks really awesome. And really, really creative. See, I told you I kept the path, the dirt path here for a reason. I kept it here purposely for this party, and will be removed after this party. the dirt path to be specific, will all be removed after this party, as I mainly kept it for this party alone. And that wraps up the entirety of the action world. So now we're going to move on to the Legos Island series, which, ironically, a lot of these buildings I actually had to do last minute, by the way. I'm just going to make a little confession. I did have to do all of these buildings right here. Not the hotel. No, the Legos Island buildings. All last minute before recording this video. I'm not kidding. That's actually serious. I know. That's crazy. But, unfortunately, we had to do what I had to do. Anyway, on the outside, we got even more redstone bushes. Which is insane. And you know what? I know this is considered cheating, but we're just going to go in here anyway. You're normally not supposed to access it like that. But since I kind of want to get this over with, I did that anyway. And ironically, this was the last room I decorated before recording. I'm not kidding. Yep, this was the last room I decorated before recording. So it's a coincidence that we're in here first, alongside, instead of the other buildings that are around here. As you can see, this is how it looks. And it's just awesome how these just light up. Oh, so never mind. We got a Winter Party 2018 remake on November 20th. Never mind. But that's just in the current backyard remake. So technically the entire world will still be normal anyway. But yeah, that's it for this room. We are gonna get out of here now. Again, you're normally not supposed to access it like that. You're normally supposed to go through the attic of the lodge and then make your way there. But I only did that just because we still have a lot of rooms to get through. And most importantly, it's 20 minutes to 11 p.m. Which means I have no idea if I'm going to get this out on October 23rd or not. I'm kind of hoping, but I also kind of don't guarantee it. But I'll try my best. Oh, wait, sorry. We can't go to the clothes shop yet until we tour the lodge, which, as you can see, is decorated. Like I said, I tried decorating as many rooms as possible with this party. Dang, they all want to get in here. Oh, frick. Let's see if I can get them all in here. Yes, we got all of them in here. Let's go. Anyway, the lodge is decorated. And of course, we tried to get every room decorated. For Halloween, we tried getting every single room decorated. And I think I succeeded once again. Seriously, though, it's crazy that I did most of this last minute. But, yeah. Anyway, in here, though, is actually really cool. So, what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear it. Going upstairs, we have even more decoration, and it's one of the only times you get to see the deep slate redstone ore in this party, which ironically, I think is one of the only times you get to see it in this party. Literally, I don't think it appears anywhere else in this party outside of this. I don't think. We'll check later in some other rooms to see if that's the case. Because let this be alone. This is the third Halloween event in a row that you get to see deep slate redstone ore as a decoration. First in ZL2, then in Solosat 3, and now here in the Creations World. And of course we're going to be seeing it in Legos Island. We've already seen it in Legos Island. Never mind, make this 4, even though that one hasn't started yet. But technically we've been seeing it this entire time via the preparations for that party. Anyway, this is very cool. And with all that being said, what are your thoughts on all of this? It looks so cool, I'm gonna not lie. And lastly, we have the attic. Now, of course, we don't have to go down there, considering we already toured it. But this shouldn't take long. Okay, so this is the second appearance. So, yeah, you get to see it a few more times. I think this is actually the last time. And why not? Just light it up for no reason. Plus, also, we got to see this room anyway. Anyway, that's really it for this room. And that is also it for the watch. Alright, the clothes shop. As you can see, the Legos Island clothes shop is decorated for this party. Obviously, in the Legos Island version, it will look completely different. Since this is the Creations World version, it looks like this. I know. It looks so cool, don't you think? No, like, it really does look cool. Actually, wait a second. I just came to a literal realization. I think I know what I feel like is missing. Yeah, I knew exactly what was missing. The mobs! Yeah, it's Halloween party. We have to have the mobs on. They probably won't spawn around here because of how lit up everything is around here. Although, since all the lights have been turned off, I don't guarantee that everything's lit up now. I can probably guarantee that they will spawn. Anyway, point is, this is how the color shop looks, and it looks freaking awesome. Next up, we are going to go to the second house, because this is normally the first one. This is the second one normally on Lego's Island. And this is how it looks. Yeah, I thought Straps was going to go in here for a second. Apparently, he never did. Anyway, this is how it looks. Looks very cool. And that's literally it. I'm not kidding. That's why I'm going through these rather quickly, because there's not much to these rooms. Even this one I'm probably not going to be in for that long. But as you can see, there are cobwebs everywhere on the ceiling alongside a pumpkin. Actually, 2 pumpkins. And the bed being decked with more Halloween colors. That's literally it. Oh, and I guess we can go to the resort next since it's really close. But, yeah, look how decked out this is. I know. It looks so cool. Oh, and by the way, all of this is actually suspicious sand rather than regular sand. Just to make it a little more creepy, just like with the gravel. Which you may also notice is also suspicious gravel, as I mentioned earlier. But I did the same for this, just to make it just a little more creepy. And I hope you guys love it. Now, with all that being said, this is how the resort looks. For at least the Creations World version. The Lego's Island one will obviously look completely different. But this is the Creations World version. Which looks freaking awesome. Which, by the way, this is correct deep slate tile, because why not? Actually, that's the only time you'll see it like that in this party. Anyway, the resort here looks awesome, as you can see. We got all the colors here, as you can see. Like, all of them. Which is awesome. It really shows that I put a lot of dedication into this. So now, let's move on to the library. Which, I'm gonna be honest, there's not really any decoration in here, so we're not gonna be here long. The couches are updated, which are always nice. We got the lights off, and there's cobwebs on the ceiling. There's nothing else to say. But the coffee shop, on the other hand, has way more decoration than intended. I was just curious if he was going to come in here for a second. Actually, we don't need that one, because it's blocking the chair anyway. Anyway, this is how it looks. And actually, you know what? I'll place that one right there instead to replace that. Much better. Anyway, yeah, it's even more decorated in here compared to the last few buildings we saw, which had basically nothing. Anyway, this is how it looks, and it looks super cool. I can agree myself. And see, there's even more of the colors. That's it. That's literally it. There's really nothing else I gotta say outside of that. Alright, the Pet Cemetery. This one's gonna be fun. The Lego's Island Pet Cemetery. Let's see if we can get everybody in here. Yes! Okay, maybe that's not everybody, but whatever. Oh, never mind, we got everybody. I guess, again, except for PETA. I guess we gotta go find her in the old backyard recreation. If I had to take a guess. Or, that probably also could explain why I was spawning, just in case. Just in case we don't end up finding her there. But we're actually getting very close to actually heading over there, because the beach is not decorated, as I previously stated. But you can definitely tell that this is being put in a lot more creatively compared to the last Halloween party. It is definitely a lot smaller in terms of decoration, but I think I'm glad it's like that because I think I went a little too nuts last year, I'm going to be honest. I think I went a little too nuts in 2022. And, well, I think the footage we just saw earlier could clearly explain that. So I'm glad I went a little smaller this time. Anyway, let's move on upstairs. And there's not much. And yes, finally we get some mobs around here. Because they're actually meant to be up here at this time of year. Like, this is the only party that I turned the mobs on for. That rule technically was broken earlier this year for Operation Multiverse Finale for ZL2 and 3. But that was only because that was a boss battle. Outside of that, these mobs never get turned on here unless it's Halloween. And, well, it's that time again, so we did it. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yeah, I don't need that. Anyway, there's not much outside of some cobwebs, pumpkins all over the place, making it very creepy, and the lights being off. That's literally it. So, we're going to move on now to the blacksmith shop, and then we're finally going to head over to the house over there, because that's our next destination. And, yep, there's another creepy bush right here. Looks pretty nice. Here's the blacksmith shop. It looks very cool. No, it really does. I mean, look how cool this looks. Shows I put a lot of dedication into this. Alright, and going in here, it also looks like this as well, which is very cool. And there's really not much else I gotta say, honestly. It is very decorated in here, though. I did not expect to decorate it this much. Like, at all. Okay, well, why am I not getting out of here? There we go. But yeah, it is a lot more decorated than you probably would have thought it would have ever been. And well, that's it for the Legos Island segment. On to the house. Alright, here we are at the house. Now, I am gonna go, into this, saying that the inside doesn't have as much compared to the year prior. The outside has even more decoration than the inside. I just wanted to make that very clear. Now, I want you guys to pay attention for about a few seconds. Notice something different with the shutters on the walls? Yeah. They're Halloween-themed shutters, which can exactly explain where I came up with this color scheme. And even better, they're all items you can collect. And on day one. How awesome is that? We will find them as items later, as they are hidden in the recreated old backyard. But yes, these are actually items. Get that guy out of here. Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, I knew something felt missing here. But yeah, look at this, guys. It looks so cool. But yeah, there's mobs out there. I don't mind because, again, it's the Halloween season. Makes total sense. But yeah, you may notice. See, this is actually where I got the idea for the creepy bushes, actually. As well, alongside the shutters. So yeah, you can thank this area for that alone, too. Look how cool it looks out here. It looks so cool. Oh, and when we get out there, oh, it is nuts. It is so nuts. Yeah, you have no idea how nuts it truly is. And I'll even show you from the back, too. Look at this. Look how cool that is. Shows I put a lot of creativity into this entire party. Which is freaking awesome. Because it really shows that I do. Heading on to the inside of the house, like I just previously stated, there is not as much compared to the year prior. At least I don't think. The outside has even more decoration, as you can see. Which is very, very cool. Anyway. Oh yeah, there's actually, like last year, there are actually things that actually move on its own. But this year it's made a little more creatively since, of course, we got the calibrated skull sensors now. So I took advantage of those, and you will see them later as we go upstairs. Which you can probably already hear them, considering, you know, we're literally just one floor below them. We got some redstone torches here as well. Very cool. Actually, I'll just show you where those are coming from. See, look at that! That's cool, right? anyway, this is how the living room looks. It looks very cool, and I hope you guys love it. Yeah, the kitchen doesn't really have anything outside of the lighting. And redstone torches. Get out of here, creeper. Oh, wait, that's right, because we have a cat around here. They run away from cats. That's right. Perfect chance for me to kill them. I keep forgetting that they actually do that. They run away from cats. That's the best way to just kill them. I'm talking about the creepers, obviously. But yeah, these things are freaking crazy. If you're curious, look at all of this. That's insane. That's where this is coming from. I just wanted to make that clear, and also just to show you that the lights are out. But also, it should be pretty clear where it's coming from, because of course the trapdoors and everything. But I just wanted to just clarify real quick. Alright, now all of the lights are off in this house, alongside everywhere else in the world. Very cool. Oh wait, that was meant to be left open. Alright, we are going to head upstairs now. And there are redstone torches here, which I don't think were here the year prior, so that's new. In here has nothing. I still need to put everything back in. In here, all there is just a lighting difference, but in here, yeah, now we get to the stuff that actually starts activating. Oh. Outside of that, all we have is just a little lighting difference. That's literally it. Also, I'm just gonna probably keep that door open. I don't keep this door open because I just don't feel like it. Because also, half the time, this door was always closed in the house. Now, we finally get to even more stuff that are activating on its own, which is very similar to last year's party. But yeah, that's really cool. And I think, yeah, this year we got this activated too. And in here, all we have is just a simple lighting difference. Oh, right, the classroom. Actually, wait a second. We actually need to go for this entrance. What am I doing? So there's actually not that much of a difference in here. It's actually mostly empty this time compared to the last one. But you know what? I'm actually going to make up for it by adding a few pumpkins here just to make up for it. So, just 1 second. Let me just do that real quick just to make up for the lack of decorations in this room outside of the lighting. Give me just 1 second. Alright, that is much better. Oh, wait, sorry, yeah, you can't get out of there unless you do that. So, never mind, that'll be the only decoration here outside. Yeah, that works. Okay, the curtain's updated, though. There's nothing on the board. To make it even more creepy, it's all redstone torches for this party. Although I should put the dates, though, back on this board. It was nice to read them every once in a while. Okay, I think there's a zombie trying to get into this house. Okay, I think there's definitely a zombie trying to get into this house. Yep, there was a zombie trying to get into this house. Hey, you, most importantly, get out of here! Yeah, there was definitely a zombie trying to get into this house. Now, here's my room. It is a little bit on a smaller scale compared to the previous year. But as you can see, this is activating once again, but on a much faster pace. And now all three of them are activating at the same time, which is very cool. As for the rest of this, it's mainly just redstone torches on top of pumpkins. There's literally nothing else to see here. It is much more downscaled compared to the year ago. And that is it for the entirety of the house. Unless you go out here. Hey, get out of here! Yeah, get stuck in there, buddy. That should hopefully revert back to normal soon. Talking about the door cracks, that should hopefully reverse back. I find it normally does. It probably will. Let's see. Yes. These lights are normally not on, unless it's like a nighttime event like Christmas. But now they are for the sake of this event, because why the frick? Oh yeah, this right here was added a little last minute too. Look at this. Look how cool that is. Oh yeah, this is added too, which is also another last minute addition. Yeah, a lot of last minute additions, I'm gonna be honest. It's crazy. Nothing in here. Alright. But yeah, that's mainly it for the entirety of the lanai. And this is the pool cover decorated with those, alongside the lanai curtains are also decorated. They probably don't get decorated in this part. Now, as for the actual yard itself, this is actually going to be way more interesting. And hopefully we can finally find PETA out here. Oh, yep, the creeper's going away thanks to the cats. Hey, creeper, get out of here! Haha! Seriously, that is just the beauty of having all these cats. We can just get rid of creepers instantly. And don't worry, I've known that for years, that they run away from cats. Don't worry, I've known that for years. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, where is PETA after all, out of all of this? Oh, perfect timing. We can actually finally collect these banners. The Halloween Shutter 1. There are 3 of these, as I previously stated, and I told you I would find them later. Can we get these creeper to run again? Sure can. Get out of here, creeper. Bye-bye. Ha! Yeah, you get out of here too, buddy. Get out of here. Oh, and I guess I'll let that other guy run too. My hole's not decorated since I couldn't think of anything, but actually that's where our next banner is, the Halloween Shutter 2. We still got one more to find, which actually we will get to actually very soon. So this is all decorated with these redstone torches, as we can see here, this tree as well. And yes, there are 2 jack-o'-lanterns next to this banner just to represent it. The time machine also is decolored, by the way. You may notice a decolored theme. This is because I wanted to do something a little interesting for this. Since now we're doing all custom designs, it actually gives me a lot more creativity and free will to do whatever the absolute frick I want. It literally just gives me a lot more freedom to do whatever. There we go, yeah, that's the word, freedom. Why didn't I say that earlier? But yeah. Yeah, it's all decolored, as you can see. Look how cool this is. I know, it looks so cool. Oh yeah, this is another one of the activating things. This also gets activated too. Yeah, that took about a few minutes to actually get to work. But regardless, I can also confirm the ladders are back. This is also very cool. Okay, so it's only 11:03. We're actually very close to being done with this tour, actually, because after we're done with the old backyard, we actually get to go to the village. I actually forgot to mention the current backyard's not updated, but I will get to that probably eventually. In the meantime, this is how it looks. It looks so cool. I know, it's all decolored because I thought, you know what? Frick it. Do it for no freaking reason. I swear, that's actually the reason. Let's just do it for no reason, man. I have all this free will now that I actually, now that I'm not doing the remakes anymore of the old backyard, since I've done all of them at this point, I can actually, you know, actually do all custom designs, which is great. So that's why all of this is decolored. Except how crazy can I possibly go? And I think I've reached that. That may or may not also explain this nonsense right here, too. Yeah, no, that probably can also explain this craziness, too. Anyway, that looks very cool, and I hope you guys love it. Let's move on to the shed, the last area. Although actually it isn't, considering we still haven't gone to the dirt area or the tree next to the lanai, which one of those 2 rooms holds the last Halloween shutter. The purple one. Now, the shed last year was decorated a whole lot more, but this time around, it is not. Now, let's go to the other side of the yard now, because I mentioned we still had 2 rooms that we still hadn't explored yet. And see, this is where the final Halloween shutter is available. Halloween shutter free, the purple one. So we have orange, green, and purple, which are all 3 shutters you see on the front of the house. This is also in a decolored form as well, which, ironically, fun fact, is actually what got me to do the decolored thing, because I thought it would look freaking interesting. See, a lot of these ideas actually came from me just decorating these areas for no reason. Oh, let's get rid of that guy, too. Oh! Did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I did not realize Cookie was literally right next to me. I will respond here, I promise, but that will be off camera. It's getting a little too late to do that right now. At least in, real life. I can do that off camera, I do promise. Anyway, the dirt area is decolored as well, but again, it features our last item, and actually is the last item in this party, at least for now, unless I decide to add more in the second week. And this is the last room before we make our way over to the village, which is ironically it's right there. Speaking of which, actually, the village itself. Here's the village, guys. Okay, so we never found Peter on our way there. On the way to the old yard, but oh well. The village is the last area in this party, and it looks so cool. Yep, and here's where you'll see the majority of the bushes. Get out of here as well. I almost killed Winter. That would have sucked. I should actually feed these guys. Give me just a minute. Let me just kill this guy. Oh yeah, right, because this is actually my sword from the first day that I created this world. Surprised I still have it in my inventory after 4 years. But yeah, the village, as you can see, looks so cool. I know, a lot of pumpkins, as you can probably see. I know, I went a little nuts, but that's fine. Here is the first house, which, as you can see, is decorated. It is very decorated for this party. Yeah, there's not much else to say, honestly. Because I'm going to be quite honest, most of these rooms will not take long at all. Like this one, for a clear example. There are just cobwebs on the ceiling, a pumpkin, and a bed. Actually, 2 pumpkins. You get the idea, though. This is a small house. And Winter was literally right in front of us. Now, this house is a bit bigger. That's why we're going to be in here a bit longer. As you can see, we have cobwebs all around the room again. Hold on, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumpkins in here, alongside another Halloween-themed bed. Proving that, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh, come on! I keep getting stuck in the cobwebs. That's one thing we have to deal with every year when I set this up. Next up, the lighthouse. This is actually pretty interesting. So we got some redstone torches on our way up. And on the balcony, as we can see here, yeah, all we got is just some redstone torches on the mangrove roots. Outside of that, that's literally all we got. I'm not kidding. So we can move on to the library now. Oh, yep, because the cats are around. Hey, get out of here, creeper. Oh, we literally knocked him over to the other side of the other side of the fence. Get out of here as well, buddy. Oh, I didn't even need to kill him a second time. Okay, interesting. I don't know, it's just fun killing these guys while touring. Actually, no, I'll come back for him later when we tour this. Let's do the library. Which, as you can see, is decorated for this party. which is freaking awesome. Actually, I don't need the string. As you can see, though, it is decorated for this party, which is freaking awesome. It really shows how far we've come. And that, ironically, wraps it all up. Well, at least for this room. But actually, I'm technically not wrong, because we actually still got one more room. Kill this guy real quick while we're here. Oh, we got him over the fence again. Dang it, we don't have a bow. Actually, I don't even have a bow at all in this world, I don't think. Dang. It's been like 4 years. And see, there's the jack-o'-lantern we made last year on Halloween for 2022. And this is the last room right here. The blacksmith area. Or just the blacksmith shop. This is how it looks on the inside. I know. Not much. And I never got a chance to decorate in here. Never mind. But at least the outside's updated. That's at least something, right? So I did keep this here for a reason, because I was going to need this for the bushes here. And that wraps up the entirety of the Halloween 2023 event. I forgot to show you the bridge, by the way. This is how it looks. Looks awesome. So, guys, after 46 minutes, how do you guys feel about this party? Is it any better than last year in 2022? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until next time, on October 30th, goodbye.